There's no wrong choice, Aquarius. I feel like it's important that you hear that. Whatever you are contemplating, whatever is coming up for you this week in your energy with this Two of Swords, it kind of feels like you might be feeling a little bit stuck on something, like you aren't 100% sure about the choice that you're making. And there might be this feeling of pressure behind that. Like, I need to make the right choice. I don't want to get this wrong. I don't want to end up where I've been before. There could be something in the past where maybe like things came down to a singular choice and there was this feeling of overwhelm. There was a feeling of maybe things just like not being the way that you wanted them to be in a certain situation. And I do feel like this is tied to another person. So take this how it resonates. This could be in some specific area of your life. This could be related to a person, like a relationship, maybe like a business partner, someone that you, it feels like maybe something that you really cared about kind of like fell through, like things just didn't work out. And maybe there's a feeling of regret or guilt associated with this decision. And you could be someone where it's like you maybe struggle with making decisions. Like maybe you are someone that feels like you need a long time to think about something. You could be very indecisive. You could feel like you need someone else's opinion before you choose something. And I feel like this week, your energy is a lot about making a choice for yourself that is not necessarily involving someone else. And maybe it's more so that like it doesn't need to involve someone else's opinion. Like you need to be able to decide something on your own because it's part of your growth. Like it's part of you believing in yourself. It's part of you gaining confidence. It's part of you realizing that like no matter what you do, you're always going to be on the right path. And like there are challenges, there are things that come up for you to kind of show you what you're capable of. Okay, so like even if something feels really difficult in the moment, it's kind of there so you can see how to navigate it. Like it's there for you to trust yourself, to see how to trust yourself, to see how you respond to things versus maybe how you used to respond to things. So that could be significant for someone. You could be seeing a lot of crows or just like black birds. You could see like some kind of symbolism around blackbirds. There could be like a sign or even like a coffee shop or something that has to do with blackbirds. I feel like this indecision is mainly rooted in fear, and it feels like you could be facing this question of, is my fear worth me losing out on something? Or is my fear really something that I need to hold on to in terms of making a decision? Because it's like this fear is, there's something about maybe like it being hypothetical. Even like you could be someone that comes up with like what if scenarios to kind of like soothe yourself in terms of feeling like you already are prepared for like the worst things happening. Like if worst comes to worse, you could say that like there could be something of like worst case scenario, and it just feels like your guides are trying to help you leave this mentality behind. They're trying to help you let go of this idea that you need to brace for impact or that you need to assume the worst about something. And so yes, I feel like your energy could be a little bit split this week, and like mentally you could be feeling just uncertain. And I think the uncertainty is going to reach a certain height. Like it's almost like you're going to reach a peak of this uncertainty, not because you deserve to be confused or like it's some kind of punishment. And maybe that's what you're thinking. Maybe you're feeling like something is your fault, or like something's happening because of something else. But I'm kind of trying to say like that's not why this is happening. I feel like there's this energy of like you needing to see that fear, like you needing to see it in its truth, in the truth of what the fear actually is. Like the fear is not what you think it is, it's based on something else. Okay, that sounds vague, but take it how it resonates for you in your situation, because it's going to be different for whoever comes across this. I feel like there is something related to you needing to take a leap of faith with the Fool, and you are like, I feel like your energy is stalling. You could literally be stalling on something. You could notice there could be something with your car this week where your car stalls, or like your car doesn't start immediately. That could be a sign for you, okay? That could be confirmation of like, hey, you're the one that's going to decide to step forward into this new experience. Like you're the one that's going to need to convince yourself to jump off the cliff, okay? Because no one's going to force you off of it, right? And you need to have the courage to jump off for yourself. You need to have the courage to know that it's not going to blow up. It's not going to end up in flames. Like you're going to be okay. And in fact, you're probably going to be better off than you think, okay? So the Fool is that beginner energy. And I feel like you could be beginning something this week that is really intimidating to you, okay? That, you know, feels like there's so much here. There's so much potential, but just as much potential as there's also a lot of like that what if. And I feel like there's something about you battling this week. Like you're going to see yourself in the resistance of it. Like you're going to see where you are so resistant to the unknown, to change, to things being different from whatever like scenarios you've made up in your mind. Ultimately though, I do think that you're moving away from the inner conflict and the back and forth that's been happening. You're like moving away from the tension. You are choosing to sail into calmer waters. And I think that with Judgment clarifying, like I think you're very aware, especially like Aquarius energy. I feel like you have this like unique way of looking at life. I genuinely feel like Aquarians are like, you know, I'm sure you've already heard all of the different like stereotypes and characteristics and labels, but I feel like you're not really someone that can be labeled. I feel like you're very multifaceted. There's a lot that you have to offer. Like I feel like you're someone who's very curious. You could be someone who's very innovative. Like you have a lot of ideas. You don't necessarily like stick with just one thing. Like you're very interested in many things. There's kind of this energy of expansion that you have naturally, but then I feel like you're brushing up against something that maybe is even like a step up from what you're used to in terms of like your comfort zone. Okay, so you might be comfortable with unconventionality and with things that are non-traditional, and yet there's this one thing, maybe this is like a specific desire that you have, something that maybe is like, to you it feels like a really big deal, okay? And it feels like for you need to be able to choose it. Like it's like you have to choose it, and you have to know that you chose it, and you have to know that you were the one that made the decision. And I feel like you're awakening to this decision, or like to this choice point where you have to recognize that like it's not that everything is on the line. It's more so that like it's almost like letting go of that idea that everything's on the line, and that like if you make this one choice, like I think whatever choices that you're making are going to transform you and your life and change things, but I think it's going to be in alignment with what's meant to happen. Like what's meant to happen is going to happen regardless. Okay, Two of Cups here is making me feel like you could be coming into union with someone else. Okay, so this could be a decision related to a relationship. This could be a decision related to telling someone how you feel, to investing in someone, to approaching someone, okay? There could be something where you're taking the leap to just do something that you've been wanting to do, that you've been thinking about. Like there could be someone that you've been eyeing for a long time, and it's like, I've looked at this person for so long, like I've observed this enough, I've thought about it enough, it's time for me to take action. And with the Two of Cups, I feel like you are meeting someone who is mirroring you, okay? You are meeting someone who is like you. They're similar to you. You'll notice similarities between you and this person. So I'm very curious to see if this energy resonates with you, Aquarians, but good luck this week, because everything is going to work out just fine.